So you say it's in the cloud. Do you know how many people have no clue what that means? And then you're going to try to explain the business value. So let's leave the cloud and use another way to explain this. Traditional companies have different business processes to manage what they're doing. So if we compare this to a car, they will have a car for their human resource system, and then they might need a fast car for their sales. And then they will go into supply chain if they make products. And then this will lead to a system for their procurement to manage who's going to provide the materials. And then those suppliers are going to send invoices that will also need to be managed in a system. And finally, you will have a financial system that will manage the money and make sure that you have controls and audits. So when you look at this, companies, they own a fleet of cars just to make their business. And those cars, they need oil change, they need to be upgraded, they need to be checked. And sometimes they don't really fit with each one another. And so that leads to congestion. The solution was found in 1836 by the British. Basically, they thought that in densely populated area, it didn't make sense to have so many horse carriage. Now the problems are cars. So they pushed everything underground and centralized a network of pathways, and we call that a metro system. And so you see why metro systems make more sense, because a centralized network of different processes maintained centrally will reduce cost and improve efficiency. So what is SAP doing with this metro? Well, it's trying to build the business economy metro. So if we look at the map, we have a line for human resource, sales, travel and expense, supply chain, procurement, invoicing, and finance. And SAP is making sure that the intersections are integrated within each other. So at the end of the day, companies don't need to own any of that. They don't need to maintain it or to upgrade it. It is done for them. And they are just becoming users of the business process that they need instead of owners of different softwares. So what made this story so memorable? Well, I'm a bit crazy, as you can see, filming myself on my bicycle right now, but that's not what it is. It's the power of that analogy itself, because I've presented this as a whiteboard, as a PowerPoint, and it always works, because people finally understand the value with this analogy of the subway. You don't need to explain why a metro system is more efficient. It works, and that's what I had to share. Thanks.